out here with more space engineers. Yay! And today we're going to go start working on a ship. Which ship? I have no clue yet, but we'll figure it out as we get there. So I'm kind of wanting a general utility craft / remote base. So kind of a bigger version of the shuttle advanced base thing that we've built before. So I'm going to grab... let's just go ahead and grab those. I'm not quite sure how many we're going to need, but we have a lot of them, so... Because I'm seriously not sure just how many... how many plates we're going to need for this build, so yeah. Alright, so first things first. Okay, we're not taking damage. That means the welders are off. I really should put a warning indicator on these things. Now, normally the tips of them, that little band will glow, but yeah. Alright. Anyway, let's see here. Now this should be, I want to say this should be an odd number, right? 2, 3, 4. What? So from there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, it's an even number. So if we go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we can... Okay, so that's grid alignment, free place. Alright, and we have it flip. Hopefully, see if we can get it there. It would be nice if we could actually get that. There we go. I have to bring that back just a little bit. Alright, so looks pretty solid. I don't think, yep, okay. And my standard default whenever we're building a new ship, for those who are new here, is we go generally 3 blocks up, sometimes 4. That's basically my spur that I'm going to build from. And we're going to do a heavy armor block right there, because we can. And this is going to be the lowest that our floor in the ship will be. All right. And why did I do a heavy armor block? Well, because why not? Not sure how big we're going to make this thing, so let's go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 3, 4, 5. 26 should be, you know what? At 27, just because we can. Now remember, this area down here is an even number of blocks, but we're not too worried about it, honestly. So there's a couple of things we're going to need to make sure we have on board the ship. All right. We want a docking bay of some kind, or a shuttle bay of some kind. We want power, storage, habitation. I think we are going to do a bit of the farming stuff on here, because, you know, we need to be able to produce food and water, so we do need that, which is also why I want to have this at least a small shuttle bay. Now the question is do I want to have a belly bay or not? Alright, so if we do... So we did 26, right? So let's come in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what I'm thinking here is we go something like that. And then... So what I'm thinking is
I
that
guess you like walking?
apparently...
Power out of hydrogen. Restoring gravity now.
Alright, so what we're going to do is that's going to be basically our small hangar bay, and it's going to really just be big enough for something like the lawnmower, maybe something a little bit bigger than that. But we're going to make a... I don't know if we're going to do a hydrogen version of that, or if we're going to do an ion-specific version. I mean, we have the parts, we could really do either or. We're not too stressing here. Tank. Thank you. Awesome. And there we go. Okay. Now, could I have this be a fly-through hangar? Yes, yes I could. Am I going to? Maybe. Now, this, if we go double hull, or double block, rather. That means we can get rid of... Actually, we're going to have to... Alright, so if we go... there, so that's the center, this would be the center line, straddling either side. Which means... this is going to be 1, 2, so if we do the blast doors are going to sit along that edge, or rather, what are the hangar doors, right? So let's go with the windowed ones. These are actually kind of cool. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 5, that means we can now take this out without the blocks split, or the grid splitting. And we're going to go ahead and we're just going to place that in to hold it all together just in case. You know, nothing is set in stone with these types of builds, as you already know. So I'm kind of thinking, what I may do is oh no, if I do that, then I have to worry about it being airtight. So what I was thinking was have it slope down and basically have the area up here be where the ship actually parks. But if we do a connector above, that could be interesting. Or even a connector aft might not be bad either. I mean, we could, technically, I guess we could do it forward, but the problem that we're going to run into is that because this is an even number, we're not going to be able to have a connector on like the center line. So if we're going to go hyper side anyway, go away. So what I'm thinking is we have a connector off on one side and maybe put the cockpit on the other side. And then that justifies the asymmetrical nature of the ship design. So if we're going to do that, maybe then we do 2 cargo blocks. So let's go. Yeah, I don't need those anymore. You know what? Let's do industrial cargo. I don't remember the last time I built a ship that actually used these. I just need it to be up 1, right? And so what I'm thinking is we end up with something. Will end up being like that. And you. So we're going to end up with a connector on this block, conveyor directly behind it so we can airtight it. So end up with that conveyor and cargo. Yeah, it's going to have to sit there. Alright, and interior plates. Now what I'd like to do, and I don't know if we're going to get away with this or not, but we're going to try. Alright, so let's grab 100 of those just because we can. Oh. I want, let's drop that to there, and because I want my conveyor junction to sit there. Let's give it the gear. Let's throw our conveyor in. All right. That gives us a conveyor or a container where we need it. And then on the other side, let's see here. So the doorway goes down that side. Alright, so cargo's going to go through there. That might end up being forward. Means we can put a hab over that area. Okay, so we are going to go ahead. Let's brace this up. Oop. So now that that's braced, I can say one there. Gets us conveyors down below. And again, this is probably temporary. We don't know yet exactly which way we're going to go with this, but so if we do that, like I said, we can make that forward portion control area. This gives us connectors that we can play with on top. Oh, you know what we could do? We could actually use the passageways to bypass this. And that would allow us to have everything a little bit more streamlined. So the ship will come in, attached to the connector. You get out. Probably walk this way, go aft. And then we can have our habitation area, maybe our farm stuff and things back here. Have a set of stairs that go up. Actually, we wouldn't even have to go up that high. We could have a passageway that comes around. The set of stairs that goes back into a second passageway that goes forward. And we have that on both sides. I mean, I guess we could actually get away with putting the lower passageway on both sides as well. So you would actually be walking at this height forward. And we have the command area up front. Oh, I'm kind of liking where this is going. Okay. Alright, so let's start mapping this out a little bit. And then don't forget, this is going to be transatmospheric, so that means we're going to have hydrogen on board. So we're going to need a couple of oxygen generators and a bunch of hydrogen tanks. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and grab this. We're going to grab these. Alright, so for this, we're going to grab the windowed blocks. I'm thinking something like that. And we're going to do the same on this side. Do I want that? I think we're going to have that come back one more. And we want this to be a turn. Have that. To there. So we'll have windows sealing this off. Let's grab these for now. And I think we're gonna do, can we get 2x3? We do have 2x3s. Okay. I need girders for these. And yes, I know that I have the welders behind me. I can pull inventory from those, but that's okay. It's not nearly as much fun. But since these are 2x3s, thinking we'll go like that. That's a 3x3. I thought we had 2x3s. Yeah. Okay. 2x3 there and there. And then that lets us seal this off. And what I'm thinking then is we come back this way a bit. And obviously that's going to have to come in here. And so what I'm thinking here is we do some stairs. Construction component. Grab 100 of those too. See, this is why I generally grab like 100 of each of these things. Alright, so we then have, say, a couple of stairs here. You're going to come up. We're going to do the little cheaty thing. It's not really cheating, but you know, it's kind of cheating. Let's go corner light. All right. Now we go for walkway, which I think for here we're going to do the railed. From there we're going to go 1, 2, and we're going to do the same on the other side, because now we are going to have that and that. Now we're going to repeat this process. All right. And now this gets to go like so. And we're going to do the same over here. I'll show you how we're going to seal that off in just a moment. It's going to have to go one more. No, 2 more. Yeah. And yeah. Yep. Okay. So now we can bring these together. All right. And what that allows us to do is have this area basically be sealed off. We're going to go to there. And we want to be able to basically walk around in here. So now, here's where we're going to get a little cheeky with it. All right. This allows us to have full use of the hangar space. Seal off the area above us. Yeah. There you go. And now, ship comes in, docks up. You head aft. You'll be able to come out. This is going to have some blocks here. If you need to head up to the bridge, you can do so. You go either left or right. You'll be able to see into the hangar. You'll be able to see out into space. And that gets us to here, which I think what we're going to do is let's grab... Where's the light? So what we're going to do is we're going to have a light here and here. And then we'll do the windows for now, because I kind of like the idea of being able to look down into the hangar area. And then let's go... like that. And that does let us get where we want to go. So let's just check that spacing really quick. Should be good. And then we can either have that come down, or we can leave it at that level and have this come up. So that gets us the first major feature, which is our hangar. I kind of like this idea. I think it's going to be really nice. It's a shame we don't have a single wall like this little walkway area that we have that has a window in it. Those would be amazing. There are mods that introduce those, but I'm going to try and keep it at least just DLC for this build. I don't think we've put any... Well, I know we haven't put anything other than DLC on it, so we should be good at that point. Let's see here. Let's go... Let's grab this and this, and I'll show you what this looks like so you can see a little bit of what the detail is going to be once it's all welded up and pretty. I may even grab one of the windows. Come on. Off the stairs, thank you. Alright, and so when you come up here, that looks like a sci-fi floor, right? So let's grab that, grab that. Just make sure this is looking the way I want it to look. So should be. Almost out of hydrogen again. Alright, so you'll come up. You'll be able to see out. You'll be able to see over here. We have the cargo container. Yeah, I think that'll work. Now we do have a rather long stretch here, so what I may do is figure out where some of the spacing is there needs to be, and we'll put some lights in here. And we'll do this. We'll do the same on the other side. What I may be able to get away with doing is putting lights in the hangar space. In fact, if we... Oh, first off, let's go get some hydrogen really quick so we don't face plant. See? I'm actually trying to pay attention to these things. You don't have to keep yelling at me. Alright, good. Okay. Yeah, so what I was thinking here is we end up with, kind of tempted to take that out. Alright, so if I take that out, I'm not getting any warnings that it's going to disconnect the block or just break the grid. That one won't either, which is good. Because since they're in here, I might be able to have some fun with that. We'll see. So we'll go ahead and put that in. That's not a bad amount of room for... So if we're talking about basically having a space version of this, which is going to be almost exactly what we have here, just with ion thrusters on it. I mean, I guess we could technically do that as a transatmospheric, basically make it a hydrogen system. All right, so if we do turn those on.
Ship fuel low.
Let's zoom ourselves in. And what I want to make sure is that we have enough room for this little beastie to fit in there. Should be okay. Because what it's going to do is it's basically going to fly in like so. Going to aim for the flat top. Well, in this case, we're going to aim for the partition here, but... And then, depending on where we put the connector, because right now I have a connector on the bottom of this thing. And so what I may do, or what I'm thinking about doing, is basically having a large cargo container on it. And then the cockpit will be off on one side, connector will be on the other. And then we'll put drills above and below. That could be interesting. Alright. The other thing I could do is if I really wanted to, I guess we could put a landing gear or even the, what are they, the contact pads, the magnetic plates, on the top so that it comes in and sticks to the ship. Or maybe even, where would I put it? Maybe on the side? I don't know, we'll figure something out. But I want to make sure that, yes, the thing is going to fit, and it will fit nicely. Which means we actually have quite a bit of room to play around with our ship design. Which is good. Now the question is am I going to put refineries on this thing or not? Alright. That's the question. But I am going to get out of here. It is the middle of the night and I need to get some sleep. Well, thank you all for stopping and hopefully you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you. We got actually quite a bit done considering. Really didn't have a design in mind. Oh, hello. When we started this, but it's turning into something. All right.
Ship fuel low.
We turn those off. And now we get to say goodbye. As always, folks. Oh, yep. Anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of the week, and we will see you back here on hopefully Friday for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody.